All right, yeah, what's up, everybody? Back. I have been working on another food plan for the day. I use this app called My Macros Plus to track my daily calories, and I use it to count my macros, my proteins, carbs, and fats. And I do this for myself pretty much every single day. At some point, I thought, why not just record them and throw them up here on YouTube and maybe help some other people figure out how to track their calories and count their macros as well. So if you find this video to be helpful, please hit like on it, maybe even the subscribe button. And so I'm going to go ahead and get rolling on the day. Now, I've been talking a lot lately about how the hardest part when you are trying to do meal plans isn't the food. It's not the calories. It's not the numbers. Numbers are what they are. 1 plus 1 is always going to equal 2. Where we come into problems is the mental part of this. Getting through, being able to stay on track mentally with doing food plans, because we think that our opinion sometimes matters more than it actually does. Sometimes we'll go, well, what, maybe 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2. I mean, I don't know, maybe it does, and it does. And so that's where we run into problems, is we allow our own interpretations of things to sway us into different types of sometimes inactivity or incorrect activities. And ultimately, 1 plus 1 is always going to equal 2. So mentally accepting that and staying on track with that sometimes is the hardest part, because we really want our opinions to matter. And ultimately, they don't. And so sometimes when you're building these food plans, you have to mentally overcome hurdles that you come across in order to find successes, to hit your targets, your calorie targets, or your macro targets, or whatever. So today was something sort of similar to that. And one of the things I like doing is talking about different hurdles that I run into, maybe hoping that it'll help you figure out what to do whenever you run into these same hurdles. I'm just going to turn this a little bit just so I can get my thing over here. Yeah, I pointed the right direction. Good for me. So here's what happened to me today. I didn't actually eat till about 2:30 in the afternoon. So that means a couple of things for me. If you start eating really late in the day like that, there's an old saying, well, old for me. I've said a lot that the way that you begin your days will ultimately dictate how you have to end your days. And this is a great example, because I'm starting my day very late, 2 or 2:30, which means I've got to eat about 2,500, 2,600 calories in a very small window of time. If I started eating at 9 or 10 in the morning, I've got a lot of time to eat whatever I want to eat, but I have to think differently when my window is smaller. So what am I thinking? How am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to think about eating meals that are larger. Instead of trying to eat a bunch of little things, I don't have time to eat little things throughout the day. My day just started at 2 or 2:30. My day is short. So I'm eating meals that are higher calories in order to get my calories in, and then hopefully also hit my macro targets as well. So I went with that idea, fairly decently. I did breakfast with 3 standard eggs and 4 Hawaiian rolls. I can't tell you the last time I had 4 Hawaiian rolls in a day, but I'm going for something bigger. Normally my breakfast, I called it breakfast, it was 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon, but for me, 540 calories is double what some of my old breakfasts were, so I went a little bit bigger there. For lunch, I went big again, 670 calories here, 2 buffalo chicken patties, a bag of minute rice, and then for snacks so far today, I've done a 1 bar, which is a protein bar, a bag of Quest protein chips, and a frozen fruit bar by Outshine. And then I've got my pre-workout, which was some whey protein and some gummy bears as well. So what that has done for me is, up to this point, by the way, it's 10:45 at night now, is I've now got 756 calories left. My first priority every single time whenever I'm building these is I want to make sure to at least get my calories in. It's calories first, macro second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to knock down these calories some more, but I'm going to do it by utilizing what I still need on my macros. So for example, 756 calories remaining. I'd like to knock out 500 more of those. I don't have to use all of them. Let's say I want to do 500 more. Well, I want to do that by emphasizing protein and fat. As you can see here on the app, those are still quite a ways off. I've already gone over on my carbs. Those Hawaiian rolls did that. And so what I need to be doing is I want 500 more calories, but I really want to concentrate on fats and proteins and thinking about foods that are fat and protein heavy, and try to avoid more carbs if I can. I'm not going to be able to completely, but I'm going to try. So whenever I think of a lot of protein with no carbs, what do I think of? Well, I think of liquid egg whites. So let's get some liquid egg whites going up in here. Let's see, I need to find them. I haven't done those in a while. And the reason I love liquid egg whites is because they are all protein. They have nothing else in them. No carbs, no fats. Liquid egg whites right there. 2 tablespoons is not going to make any sense. So let's do, is it 16 is a cup? So let's do a cup and a half. Let's do 24. That's going to give me 200 more calories and knock down my protein a bit, but my fat didn't move. So I need to think of some fat. What do I think of whenever I want some fat? I think of guacamole. Let's throw some guacamole in there. And that's going to help me get my fat down. 1 cup. You can see here it's 11 grams of fat. 1 protein. Again, 5 carbs. I can't avoid carbs totally at this point, but this will help with my fats a little bit. I'm down to 426 calories remaining. I'm just going to try to squeeze another 200 in here somewhere. Again, thinking about protein and fat. Well, how about another protein drink? The whey protein that I do is the isolate made by IsoPure. I'll put a link in the description down below. You can get that directly on Amazon. It's my favorite that I've had in quite some time. Let's go ahead and do chocolate protein. I'm going to put this as a snack. 1 scoop. That knocks my protein down. I'm down to 12 grams. And this is working very well so far. Again, we were concentrating on proteins and fats, knocking down those calories. I'm down to 316 remaining. I really want to get some fats taken care of here, though, and level this out a little bit. So let's put in some, like, nuts. How about specifically some mixed nuts? These are made by the Planters Company, lightly salted. Let's go with about that much right there, 30 grams, which isn't a lot, but it'll help. And I'm going to leave it right here. Perfect. So let's talk about what just happened. I knocked down my protein. I knocked down my fats. I still went up a little bit on my carbs, but that's okay because the main thing I was really wanting to concentrate on here was the calories. I wanted those calories under 300. You can see here is 133 remaining, so I got under 300, which I wanted. Then secondarily, I concentrated on the macros at the top that I wanted to continue to work at and knock down, and we did that. The protein's almost flat, and I knocked down the fat by almost half. So, you know, days like this, when you wake up and you don't start eating until much later, you have to rearrange your process. You can't do it the same as you were going to do it if you started eating at 10 in the morning. You have to, you get a much smaller window, so you have to figure out how to get a lot more calories in that smaller window. And for me, the Hawaiian rolls helped me with that today. So just another way to kind of approach your different hurdles that you're going to run into. So hopefully this was helpful. If it was, hit like and maybe even the subscribe while you're here. The app I am using is called My Macros Plus. I'll put 2 links in the description down below, one to the iOS and one to the Android store. To get this, it costs like $3, but well worth it if it helps you stay consistent and hit your goals. I'll also put 2 more links down below to 2 different calorie and macro calculators. So if you don't know what your numbers are supposed to be or your targets, check those 2 out, run those numbers, use whichever one you like the best, and see what happens. Oh, I know what'll happen. You'll follow your plans and then you'll hit your goals. And when you hit your goals, good things happen. So thanks y'all so much for watching. We'll see you on tomorrow's video. Peace out.